Hello guys. For a long time I've stayed without a podcast. Nimekasana for many reasons, but today I got an opportunity. Right now I'm with one of the actor mnamjua, though ana followers wengi sana Instagram. But of course nyote mnamjua. An accent lazizi na right now is an international influencer. Zander uko aje?
Me, I'm feeling good, feeling highly blessed.
Ama nikuite Richard.
Richard.
Wa Natasha.
Mini Richard wa Sophie.
So anyway, tell us, who is Zander in primary and in high school? No Zander namwona hapa. Tell us your childhood life na sasa ukiwa mtu mzima.
Oh man, ni throwback. Okay. I feel like I was a very active child when I was younger. Yeah. My first school ilikuwa inaitwa Green Cottage, which kind of set the pace for how I would live life. Okay. Eventually I went to Nairobi Primary from class 2 all the way till class 8. Alafu nikaingia Upper Kipenzi for life. So it was a whole journey. I think being a very active child, nilikuwa storyteller, nilikuwa napenda kusikia watu stories zao, how we'd influence hata mimi nilikuwa nikiorganize my teams. Katseme futa mimi ndo nilikuwa captain or whatever. So I've always had a natural act of interacting with people and wanting to be in different spaces. So now eventually sasa high school nikaingia sports. I did a bit of dance. I did drama fest, choir, 2014 champions. And so now eventually nikaingia sakole, nikapursue acting, and here we are today.
And so, what's made you need to inspire ukaingia acting? Is it because of an actor?
Mainly, but I think the main thing ilinisumbua nilitaka kuingia acting proper is I wanted to get back at my teacher. Najua ini mbaya, but when I was in primary school, it was very much, I'm not going to say, it was very vile tulikuwa na ma roles, right? So of course boys walipatiwa role yao, alafu madem walipatiwa role yao. So for me, one of the things ilinifanya I want to pursue it mostly was because the drama teacher at the time, and I remember this was around like class 7. Mjama alikuwa na hold auditions for a play for drama. So I remember coming there and because I'm a very fantastic, joyous child, nilisema wacha nitell stuff. Mjama kaniambia, you're a boy. You're supposed to be playing football. Drama ni ya madem. So, hebu jipe shughuli. Never since that day I was like, I'm going to make sure I make something of myself with this. And then, of course, over time, sasa, nika understand the craft, learned more about it, and then some of my influences wakaingia. And, it's just, mostly it was just to get back at my teacher. But now, I'm more serious about it.
Oh, wait. So acting was somehow to fight back, to attack that teacher mwenye alikuwa anakuambia.
Bas. I was fighting against the patriarchy at the time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's true. Because like, even back then it was weird because drama was not considered a boys thing. Or like boys could do. So ilikuwa very much ni amadem. Your story ya chana na. Unafaa kucheza futa, unafaa go in rugby and sports and whatever. So doing mathematics and all that. So it really inspired what eventually I became.
Wow. And what was your first audition? Yeah, audition, ile audition yako kwanza hadi ukafika huku. Ilikuwa gani? What's your first movie or the first series?
First series I ever did, it's called MTV Sugar Down South.
MTV Sugar Down
South. We shot it in South Africa.
I've actually seen that movie ikitembea. Na nimeona pia kwa Instagram yako.
Yeah.
Movie ikitembea. And so my other question was this. Beyond the screen, who is Richard or ama niseme Zander? Who is Zander? Watu wanakujuaje beyond the screen na watu wanakujuaje inside the screen?
Beyond the screen, I think people know me as a fun, bubbly guy who's just very much extrovert, introverted though. But I kind of like my space, but also I love to interact with my people. Sometimes I think I'm funny in some aspects, and I hope people like agree with it. But
yes, you are.
Yeah, I try my best.
Okay.
But overall, I think I'm an outdoor adventure type of individual. I like to interact with people, have fun, mostly I have a lot of fun. On set, very much the focused, serious guy. I know kuna watu wengine watakataa, lakini ni ukweli. But sometimes you have to have fun with it. I'm a believer of not taking life too seriously, but also knowing the right moments when to.
Okay. Goja, let me talk kidogo to the audience.
Okay.
Ujamaa anasema kweli. Because the first time I saw you, actually, ulikuwa na introvert, ulikuwa na kama uko so serious in life. Seeing your role in Lazizi, unagombana, you fight every time with Marcus. Anyway, that's a story of another day. But also tell us, tell us, when you entered in acting, like, what was your biggest challenge after making your entertainment in the industry? What are the challenges that you faced?
Main challenge is consistency.
Okay.
Because in our job or our line of work, sometimes getting consistent jobs is an issue. Because unaweza pata job moja once and then you wait for another while. Because like my first job ever was the MTV Sugar one.
Yeah.
And then it took me almost like a couple more months before I did Now Sky Girls. And then another few months before Lazizi happened.
Yeah.
So I think also depending on where you start and how you get discovered really influences how many jobs you do get. Also in the spaces like commercials and doing voiceover work,
Yes.
all of these things, like it takes a lot of time because there's a lot of, let's say, people have to greenlit a lot of these projects.
Yeah.
So of course inachukua time. So some of the hata hii project nilifanya recently Lazizi.
Yeah.
It took almost 4 years before it got greenlit. You know, so it's a lot of these productions do take a lot of time to get to where they need to before you get hired and the budgets come in and everything.
Yeah.
So there's that. I think also another challenge is definitely working hours because unajua it's not a 9 to 5. With acting, sometimes watu mnaweza pata you're doing night shoots. You know, you're shooting till like way in the morning, and then sometimes maybe you're shooting from the morning till the evening. So like your sleep clock changes all the time. So that I mean, like at some point I don't even have a consistent sleeping clock. Like I can find myself I'm a night owl. Sometimes I'm working during the day. So always jua because akunanga like I said consistency and also in the times. It's all about we need to get the shot. We'll find the location, we need to find the place, and what's your availability?
Okay. So is Lazizi your second series? Somehow you have other experiences?
It's my third series, but I would say it's my first telenovela.
Okay.
It's my first long form series.
Yeah. Nulibatikia kuingia hii Lazizi?
Lazizi?
Yeah.
Z.
Uliingiaje? Because personally, nakumbuka mimi, unajua Lulu.
Yeah.
I wanted to enter that series. Sikubahatikia because of a professional. They said, what are the requirements? Professional headshots and of course that monologue.
Yeah.
Miangu haikuweza. I don't know why. So nikaenda kuuliza. I was also curious uliweza kuingiaje because according to your Instagram and according to Marcus Instagram,
yeah,
the guy is too so kwanza walimtafuta.
Yeah.
Uliwezaje with that?
I think for the case of Marcus, it's because Pascal has worked with them before. Like he's done the show before. But when it came to them selecting out the lead characters that were going to carry the story for Lazizi, there were auditions. So the kulikuwa na auditions ilipostiwa na Gerald Langiri, who's an amazing casting director.
Okay.
You should follow him if you have a chance. If you ever want to be in this acting game, you need to follow those casting directors. So alikuwa amepost kwa IG, and then so basically what we needed to carry was like a headshot, but like a mini one, those ones that you can go print for like 50 bob at Cyber.
Okay.
So he needed that, and there was a form you're going to be given. So the auditions were being held at Super Sports Studios. So we went there, got our forms, signed, and then because the first half of it, we needed to do monologues.
Okay.
So it was literally like, I think we were close to 900 people there. It was a long day. Me, I remember I came there at 10 a.m. Okay. I auditioned at 4 p.m.
Wow.
Imagine. So you have that whole waiting time. Tulikuwa tunashikiliwa tu njaa na nini. Jamaa ngumu alikuwa anatujenga hiyo siku. So you just
Ngumu.
buy. Ngumu unanunua tu ngumu na kachai yako.
Okay.
Shikilia.
Personally nilikuwa na expect fast food iko hapo, sausages and everything. Nilikuwa na expect hivyo.
No. Especially for open casting call. Hawezi jua ni watu wangapi.
Okay.
Because imagine if they decided to provide food, alafu 900 of us came in, right? And then another extra 10 people or 30. Like I always judge the number of people who are coming in for the auditions because it's an open casting call.
Okay.
Most likely maybe at a callback because they know how many people are there, or even just when you're selected. But it was an interesting process because kwa your monologues it got to a point where I think we literally got to a panga line to perform.
Yeah.
So it felt like there's this Eminem song, you lose yourself, you only get one shot, one opportunity, so you have to take it. So literally we went, performed your monologue, and then you just go home and you wait for the call.
Kwanza acha nikuulize.
Yeah.
Acha nisikue personal.
Yeah.
I mean experienced actors like Nyawira. Pia alipitia hiyo ngumu.
Yeah.
What about Marcus? That's a special. Yeah, alikuja true.
No, with Marcus, it's he's a supporting character. So Nile, when the writers and the producers are developing their scripts, there's already people they know that they want to work with, right? So for him, I think it's just because having worked with the crew and the production before, and once you gain the trust of someone like a casting director, of course, after you find your first gig with them or your first few gigs with them, they'll call you when they feel like there's a character you can play.
Okay.
So even me, like right now, I know because I've done Richard. Casting director akipata another opportunity ama apata another role, aone boys, there's someone who can do it. There's someone who, if I look at them and I think of the character, I believe they can do it. So Nile unapata tu your good grace, and inakwanga with time. Nile, you build up your reputation.
Yeah.
And then, you get to a point where now people call you in. Nika vile Denzel Washington squeezy. Like, no one auditions Denzel. Like, munampigia tu simu unamecheki Denzel will have a role for you.
Yeah.
So, now inachukua with the time. Of course, newcomers, lazima, you have to earn your stripes.
Yes.
So, once you earn your stripes, and then someone like Pascal has earned his stripes. He's done the shows. He's been in multiple hit shows. So, of course, you're not going to bring him for an audition. You already know his capabilities, umeona talanta yake.
Yeah.
Then you will call him in for the character that you feel he can play.
Yeah.
For me, I'm new. So, of course, I'm earning my stripes. So, that's why I have to go through the audition process, show my talent, and, get there.
Okay. And of course, venye ulikuwa granted kuingia Lazizi.
Yeah.
How did you feel of it?
Bro, I felt excited, man. Oh, it was crazy because even on the day that we were told we got the roles, it wasn't exactly told to us like that. Nile tu tulikuwa tumeitwa to the Multan offices, and basically we were being told you're coming in for a photo shoot, so just dress in like a certain attire. So me by then nilikuwa nimekuja hiyo siku nikijua na kuja kupigania hiyo role. I thought there were going to be 2 Richards, 2 Shafis, 2 Bridgets, blah blah. So me hata hiyo siku nilikuwa nimekam na ready with my monologue and dialogue, and then it was our production manager Ali. Ndo ali break down tu, alikuwa anasema by the way you will be playing nani, you're playing, and you're like so we got the gig. I was so happy that day. Me nakumbuka tu I was just at home nikamwambia tu my family, I was like, guys, imagine I'm here, we've made it, I've gotten one of arguably my biggest role to date.
And of course I'm sure venye rumor liwafikia mtu kama Aziad.
Yeah.
Na kwanza venye hii ni crush wako. Hii ni crush wako.
Aziad ni crush wa kila mtu.
Of course I'm sure there's that excitement. You're like takuwa na muonanga hivi. And of course venye ako fine. Venye ameiva.
Fine girl.
Yeah, and of course my other question about acting was this. Do you think sooner you'll quit? Ama is your passion utaendelea nayo? Do you think you're going to quit acting soon?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely sticking with this for a while. I know I might pursue other branches in the film industry. I'm still trying to find my footing. Even recently I tried continuity and I was like, it's an interesting path. but my first love has and will always be acting. So even if I'm 80 something, I'll be pulling a Raymond.
Will Smith.
I Will Smith, yeah, doing it in my 60s and all that. But you see with actors, we branch out to more things.
Okay.
We end up becoming like executive producers and stuff, because at some point you do want to have your own projects that you are passionate about. So that kind of like now opens you up to other opportunities, other industry parts, and there's more to it.
Okay, personally kwa nadhani ni Tokodi ndo alikuingiza you of course followed him hadi ukataka kuingia kama yeye. Okay, personally there's some few of mine that I follow. Pastor Cody, Gashu, and of course kwa entertainment industry, of course King Kaka.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who sasa ndo I watched him very well, and of course now let's branch into unajuanga influencers, actors, celebrities, unajuanga they are different from the cameras, and of course they have some hidden battles. So tell me, with these actors, in everything they post, everything wanaekanga kwa picha zao Instagram, is it really ni hivyo tu ama, of course let's say like kind of faking life or something?
I mean, there is that saying that I think hata niliona there was a time kulikuwa na interview ya Rihanna where she was being asked like, what do you do on those hard days? And she was like, fake it till you make it, because what's the alternative? Going to sit down and suffer. And yeah, of course we're all human. Like, si at kila siku it will be your best day. Every day you're always hyper. Of course you'll have some days where you're down and stuff. And I think even the reality of a app like Instagram or social media, more often than not, you're not trying to show your bad side. Ama hizo zile days unateseka. Unless you're trying to gather sympathy,
attention.
People do their TRE thing like, oh, I'm dying, and then all of a sudden do I'm to a camera, let me record myself crying like. But I think with anything in life, putting your best foot forward is the best thing, because also you have to remember, if you put there's sides to you that you want to show, right? There's people you want to work with, there's things you need to put out there. So if a brand or a company comes and sees on your page umelia for 2 posts and stuff, so they'll be like, I don't know where you're at. So I feel like personally, you're not going to always have the best of days, but you have to have your own circle of people that you trust to show your real self sometimes. Because let me tell you something, the internet does not have love for you, man. Sometimes unaweza kuwa you're going through it, na unapata it turns into a meme, ama watu make it into a joke, into a seriousness. Kasa hii nani anaitwaje, Mluo is going through it,
Socialite.
Yeah. So ukionyesha your dark side, the media will run with it, and of course drama sells, and now you tarnish your own name. But at the end of the day, your name and your brand is the thing you need to protect the most.
And of course Mlo looks happy either way, bado naona na posts with all the suffering anaendanga. By the let's watch it in marriage, and of course breaking relationship kidogo. Of course when sometimes we hear celebrities they got married kidogo wakachana. It actually happened last year. Those tak kusema jina nitakujiwa, but you already know those two.
Defamation cases are serious, they're real.
Waliachana na kata kabla wachane wanaenda kwa camera, they fight, they even start bringing cases of biology, science, blah 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 blah. And of course akuja kuona, does this thing make sense? Like ni ukweli wanachananga ama tu ni ile you are trying to look for a YouTube channel, maybe fame, you want to start shooting, unataka people to start talking about you? Does it happen mostly amani? It happens sometimes.
I feel like sometimes it might be do like a PR stunt or something to get people into your page.
Okay.
But also I feel like it's a very dangerous or slippery slope to go down, because if people have discovered you through drama, kuna venye watu wataanza kuassociate wewe. It's like nika you blew up with ukirostiwa ama you're the butt of the joke or something, it will really affect the people's perception of you, because people's perception of you by this everything, especially like out there in the world. So like in terms of being taken serious or being understood, or honestly to be taken seriously, I think you need to be very careful of how you portray yourself and how you present yourself to the world. So if you've decided drama is your way, it's fine, you do your thing. No one's going to stop you. You'll get their attention. It's one of those, like, it's a 15 minutes of fame, because at the end of the day people will just be like, okay, what's the next drama? Because there's always drama. Drama is there 24/7. But I think if you do respect your relationship, or you respectfully know your partner, and you respect the sanctity of marriage and all of that, I don't think displaying it out to the world is the best idea.
So does it mean, Nasema, you're basically saying influence, they'll of course go any extreme kutumia their own family? Because it has been my question so many times. Unasikia wameachana, but if you look at it very well, of course, let's say the husband who is a celebrity, of course, and the wife is a celebrity, utasikia wameachana wako na watoto. This child who lives with the father, again, unaona mama amempost. So I was like, does it mean they're using it for family? Because, and I've seen it, na moja wapo wako ameaki tu lazizi na wewe sitamtaja, but I've seen, unasikia aliachana kidogo, nanga na mama tu bado. So I'm like, help me, sitasemaje.
Listen, people just want to live life how they want. At the end of the day, you can't really tell someone how they're going to live out their life. You can advise, you can say, hey, like, I don't think this is right, but at the end of the day, you have to trust that the minute mtu anapata hivi idea yake, they are given freedom of choice. You have free will. So what you choose to do with your free will is up to you. If you choose to listen to other people and hear them out, that's cool. If you choose to listen to us and then just dismiss it, no one's going to stop you, because at the end of the day, we all have free will. It's just a choice.
Very interesting to the audience. It's very interesting, but when you get a free will, tumia vizuri. It is a free will because it will one day come and still target you when you're very old. And of course, my other question, how is it taking you, like, being everywhere? Sai wewe uko Afrima, sai kila mtu naona kila mtu amekupost, even some of my friends wanapost status, Instagram, blah blah blah. So how do you feel of it being like top of the tongoja attention?
Well, it feels good. It feels good, to be honest, because I've been in this acting game for a while, man. Like, I started my journey in 2017. I went to school for 3 years, graduated in 2019. Professionally started now in 2021 because of the pandemic in 2020. And it's been close to 6 years for me, personally, because 2021 all the way to this year. I'm clocking now 6 years. I think, I don't know, it was also surprising to be nominated for something like that, because like, I'd just done a telenovela. Like, it's my first ever. You know, you'd think these awards would be for people who've been in the industry for like a while. And even the people that have been put in the same category with are literally veterans of the industry. Some people I used to watch when I was younger, as a young actor. I'm like, oh, you need to watch Nani's performance and capture Nani's essence and whatever. And to actually be put in the same league as them, be put in the same nomination, right? Something that's that huge of a scale. And I think this is the second time they've put this category out. And now to be put in that part of the league, it's I don't know, it's overwhelming, but also it feels amazing to be here. It feels great to feel like now, after 6 years of grinding and putting in the work, to my auditions, go through all those short films. Manzeni, I did a lot of short films. Doing short films, and then the first big gig I get, I also get a nomination with it. You can't have asked for a better story.
Kwaja kwanza ulimaliza high school when?
2015.
2015. Kumbe ni mzae.
Mi ni OG. I'm OG.
Okay, personally venye nilikuwa na hivi I thought uko na mtoi.
Mimi.
Yeah, kwanza nilikuwa na mtoi.
I know.
Until the time ulikuwa na post Hassan, kwa nini nikajua
Ay manze Hassan. Hey. Sarah Hassan.
Sarah Hassan kama unaniona, he's the guy amekukrashia. Amekukatia.
Ay, na hiyo si siri bana. Me Sarah Hassan has been my top 10 crush since like past Tidy High, manze. I know everyone like it all started at Tidy High, but yeah, no, she's an incredible talent. Like if you've seen her work, there's a film she did, there's a short film she did where she's like
Villains of the Metropolises.
No. Kuna moja li shoot na Enos where she's in a it's on her page. She's at a mental ward and she's talking to the therapist.
Oh, I've seen that. Okay, nimeona tu trailer yake.
Yeah.
But mimi movie ni watch yake. Villains of the Metropolises. And that she really killed the acting, by the way. Hapa alikuwa the villain. Kama tunaitanga villain sama antagonist.
Antagonist if you're a film person, you say antagonist.
Okay.
Villain if you're just a casual viewer.
Hata pesi kwa literature tunasoma hivi set books and you're told protagonist, antagonist, anti-hero, grey character, moral character.
Bas.
Yeah, but
I think for personally with Sarah, she's really mastered the power of holding audience's attention. But she has very good, like, great screen presence
without cloud chasing.
You know.
We sasa if sasa of course umesema inapeleka vizuri, and of course like being posted huku pale unafungua simu, of course ama uende kwa billboard, utasikiaje sio umenivi kwa billboard uko umewekwa hapo Crazy Kenya na Eric, how do you feel and look back at your journey? Utafeel aje? Of course there's that excitement.
I think kwanza tambia that younger self, because and you're starting out, I was being passed off with a lot of opportunities, man. There were things I wanted to audition for. I'm seeing people get in. I'm like, oh man, I wish I got into that room, because it was hard for me, like in the beginning, especially when I came back home after going to college in Cape Town. You see, in Cape Town there's a very different way and how they work compared to Kenya. So I didn't know how to get auditions. I don't know who's the casting director, who are the people are supposed to see, where are we going with this, because in Cape Town they have agents. So an agent literally anakusotia kila kitu. So like they are the ones who get the auditions, they'll tell you the place to go, they know the casting directors. Once you land a gig, they sort you out, you go, So but here in Kenya, it's more or less like you're your own agent, your own manager. So lazima utafute the WhatsApp groups. You need to know which groups to join on Facebook or Instagram. And hata mimi nilikuwa kuna times zingine nilikuwa nimejoin groups on Facebook. Jamaa wa post kitu. Jamaa ana post one audition, alafu 2 months later ana post ingine. So like sasa consistency iko wapi? But when I joined like the WhatsApp one, that guy daily. So with that, I think a lot of the things that I've learned over the 6 years, or 10 plus years, if we're counting the non-professional years, really, I think culminating all the way to now, this being an award nominee, it just feels amazing.
We personally to me umeshabahatikia, because ukijua nimetafuta hii chance. Nimetafuta haifiki. Nimetuma monologue. Sipati even in this short film. So unaona wanachukua from 18 years to 35 years. Watoto wanachukua under 18. That's a short film yenye mtu anataka tu kuonekana. Metafuta sijapata. I don't know what you did. Maybe there's some voodoo. Na voodoo natumia manicot.
I'm moving with the spirit.
With the spirit.
Yes. But honestly, I think the best way that I found was, especially like if you're starting out in the industry, go to master classes. That's even me. Like, had it not been me going for, I attended Melissa Kiplangat's masterclass
Okay.
when she started. She was doing these MKM ones. That's how I got introduced into the industry nicely, because I met people who were actors in the same space. We did monologues. I think we were doing monologue challenges,
Okay.
and with that they gave me now the links to join WhatsApp groups.
Yeah.
Na even though vile sana nikaanza kujidevelop as an actor. So attend those masterclasses, man. If you can attend a masterclass, there are some that are free, there are some that are expensive, some that are budget, depending on your budget. Join them, and more often than not, that's how you get into those spaces.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those casting directors are there.
Okay, pia inakwanga like a course, it's like a course pia like any other form 4 liver unaweza advice wanaweza chukua. Okay, forgive my vocabulary, Kiingereza imeishine kipota sijui kwa nini. Don't know why.
Yeah.
But what advice ungepea people are looking at you? Of course sasa you are influencing some people. Instagram followers doesn't matter, that's what I usually say, but kuna watu wanakuangalia. What will you advise them?
Main thing is treat it like a job.
Okay.
Treat it like a job, like any other job that in this industry. You need to be able to, first of all, you need to go for training. Like a doctor doesn't just, like, you don't just wake up and you say, I'm going to be a doctor. You have to go to education. You have to learn the intricacies. You know, if you want to be an actor in this industry, you need to do some classes so that you can understand the basics, especially like, and in terms of classes, like, you don't have to do the long ones, but doing some master classes and understanding, okay, if I'm doing screen, this is what I'm doing. If I'm doing theater, this is what we're doing. That in itself is the most important thing, I feel personally. So start off with education, go to the master classes. If you can attend an acting school, that is the best plan. Do that so that you can have the skills to equip yourself. Make sure you go to the events that host these things. Right now, I think there's one called Actors Day Out. If you find those kind of places, you need to go to attend those places, because once you follow up on these people and you see these things, opportunities start opening up. And then you end up going to the right rooms. And then you end up going with the right shows, because eventually you get picked based on the choices you make. So for me, go to school first, do the master classes, attend the social events that they do for actors. There's a lot of them that they always happen. And then always refine your craft. Keep practicing. And eventually, once you, with the networking, because with the networking, you never know who you'll meet. You might just meet the best of the best, or you might meet the right casting director. Then you go for it.
And even may ask, is it a long-term course, like nikitu unaweza somea from year 1 to year 4? Is it like a long-term course thing?
The one I attended was a 3-year course with extra courses, because there's honors and master. So I did. I actually have a bachelor's degree in arts. So I did the whole thing. So I did like a 3-year thing. And with the 3-year course, like, I got to learn a lot about what I needed to do in the industry, especially like interacting with cameras, understanding intonations, how to play your character, how the circumstances, how to get into that mindset, so that when the camera is rolling, you're not in your head, you're like, sasa kamera inaniona siji nimesahau kile nafaa kufanya.
Yes.
Nile, you get so disciplined and you get the kind of focus that allows you now to fully immerse into the film or whatever project you're going through. So classes, it depends mostly. More often than not, master classes are more often like usually a day thing, 1-day thing. And then with that, you start developing your skills, so you can go down that route. But I feel like the best way to, develop a habit or get used to something, and they usually say you have to do it like after 21 days, it becomes a habit. So I would advise trying to find like 3-month course ones. If you're feeling good about it, you can do the 3-month one, but really, really good performers, or like if you want to be one of the best of the best, I think if you can get an acting school, go do the full 3 years, 4 years, the course, and then
Yeah, and of course, the other question, what's the difference between actors and musicians? Tunajua sasa nyie wote mko juu.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? Like, what's the difference between actors and musicians? Some are true, like, they have their own separate life and actors have separate. Do you think it's like that? Actors have a separate life. Musicians have their own separate life.
Yeah, I believe so, because like with the music and musicians, there's, well, for one, they're definitely not, when they're recording their music, it's always in a studio, right? It has to be a studio with the plan, with a band or producer. They're with a producer half of the time, and they're always creating new things. So like I've seen musicians who do, like, who was this the other day, especially in America, who have the craziest work ethic. Some guys be doing like 30 songs in a night.
Right.
Yeah. As an actor, I'm not able to do like 30 projects, in the time span of a night, right? So it's definitely, the times are different. There's a whole different world in it. And I think with musicians and actors, it's just two different lanes that have their own specific things. So I can't really speak to musicians because I really don't know much about the music industry.
Okay.
But I think with acting industry, there's definitely a lot more to it. Right?
Okay.
There's the sets, there's the promotions, there's being the actor, being your own boss, and understanding the industry. There's differences.
Well, okay. And now let's jump to Christian life.
Yes.
Have you ever had any challenges that you have had? Like, of course, unajua umekuwa high school. Have you ever faced those challenges of peer pressure? Because, like, let's say, well, itabidi mmesamea vocabulary because I'm trying to pronounce neno inatoka.
Wewe sema tu kwa Swahili. Sinaelewa.
Ama sheng ama bado ama
Sheng each. Lakini siko ile updated sheng bana.
ama ni millennial umetuacha nyuma.
Yes, mimi ni millennial. Mimi ni Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, right? 98. Yeah, technically.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. So tell us about your Christian life and journey. Ushaikuwa na challenge yote when you're facing that path?
I mean, yeah, especially like, in high school. I've just remembered it. There was a time we had, and it was a crazy scandal. I think there was this church that had started, and I don't quite remember how it went. I think it was called Church of Zion, that had started in our school, and with them, basically they had this thing where they could speak in tongues.
Oh, Rika.
You remember those guys?
Yes.
The tongue speakers. And I remember it was, if I'm being honest, I remember getting influenced easily because I was in Form 1. In Form 1 you own identity.
When you mtoi bado.
Yeah. So like you can be influenced so fast, man. So, because you want to get, first of all, you want to get in good books.
Okay.
First of all, you want to get in good books with the Form 4s.
Yeah.
And they are your first influence. So I remember I joined it for like a second, and it was so weird because I don't even know what tongues I was speaking. I think I was just saying my own things because it was a lot of thing of like, you would say a certain prayer a number of times, and I think to the point where your tongue just gets tired, and then you just started spouting your own things. And with that church, it was a weird thing because like now I think cults started becoming a thing in our school because you join them, and then there's things you couldn't do, there's people you couldn't interact with, and I feel like those was just like small nuances into what a cult could be. Also, there was a time because in Kenya we don't have Kenyan schools, especially high schools, you don't have access to phones.
Okay.
So you're easily influenced by the information that is brought from outside. So for us, we had that issue where kuna mtu I don't even know why they decided to be that person. There's someone who came to one of our classes, and he played a video about the Illuminati.
Oh.
Right? So
Actually, we could have said cult. I was like, what cult do you mean Illuminati?
yeah, no, yeah, cults are many. Like a cult is basically like you have one leader, and yeye ndo kusema yeye ndo akona the whole influence in your life. Whatever you do, you have to go through them. So yeah, and people used to bring these things, and because you don't have the internet, you don't know how to Google it, confirm these things are real or not. Ama you don't have that mentality ya wacha ni doubt, wacha niende niangalie kitu kwanza. Half the time jamaa analeta tu video, you believe everything, like, oh, these are the people in the industry, these are the people who've joined it, these are the so like, okay, where are the facts? Do you have the information on it? And I think I realized it was nonsense because there was a time I went to research it now on my own on like the internet and stuff. Yeah. And then jamaa akasema, oh, this video will expose everyone in that cult, but only if you subscribe. Nikasema sana subscribe, don't need to. That's when I knew this was misinformation. There's a lot of, and I think it's a thing that affects a lot of our Christian life as a kid.
Okay.
If you take in too much information, you'll start becoming misinformed. And there's a lot of people who will influence you to do your own things, especially when you're younger, because when you're younger, you're very impressionable. So mtu anaweza tu kuambia, hey, by the way, there's a hippo that can fly. If you believe in this hippo, you will also be the best. Na utaamini tu, si ndio? Because like, what's your frame of reference? Ni wapi unaweza sema, that's not possible, because you've never seen a hippo fly. So ukiulizwa, and that was some of the main struggles I had with my faith, because at some point, I had the speaking in tongues phase. I had people thinking about it, the Illuminati phase. I had, just different crowds of people just wanting to do their own thing and not really stick to their own faith. Because I believe faith really helps you go through life a lot of the times. Because if you have something to believe in, it makes life more bearable. It makes life something worth living. And especially in high school, faith is really needed, because the amount of influence that is there, especially from your peers, it's crazy. Because now if you don't have a foundation or a standing to be on, you'll end up being swayed in the wind and speaking tongues.
Hata pia umepitia stuff ya peer influence, like you see your peers doing such a thing. Have you ever been kwa no pressure, you want to be like part of them, but then again you remember your background?
Yeah. Especially when in the era of songs, right? Yeah. There's the rise of rhythm. When I was in high school, the rise of rhythm was crazy, because everyone now wanted to like sing like Vibes Cartel. Or they wanted to be like conscious.
Vibes Cartel hata pia nje baadaye nimemaliza form 4 to last year. Nikwambia.
Yeah.
Bado ako so is too bado kwa influence na conscience.
So yeah, even things like that, like especially in the world of music, because you want to fit in. At the end of the day, you really want to fit in. So me, at some point, I think even when kulikuwa a popular song really drop around, it's showing my age, in 2012, when I was in Form 1, there was this song called Harlem Shake.
Harlem Shake.
Yeah. You go Google that thing. That thing was a movement. It's basically this one constant beat, and then someone says like, do the Harlem Shake, and then tin, 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 tin. So there was a time I remember I was trying to talk to some people in my school. I was thinking I was a Casanova trying to raise this girl, and then I could hear from the background of at the grounds what do people dance to the Harlem Shake, and I really wanted to be there, man. Because you feel left out, and you're like, when you hear the stories afterwards of how people were sliding in the mud, they were jumping, going crazy. It's those things, because it's been part of a community. Okay. And as human beings, we always want to be part of a community. Doesn't matter what community it is, but there's always a sense of belong that you want to have.
Goje, ulikuwa unajaribu kuongea na peers, used to try and talk to them, waachana na hiyo fala. Au kumesemaje?
Siwezi waambia waache. Mimi nilikuwa mtoi like unamwambia aje ati achana nayo, ati achana kusikiza reading.
Wewe ndio ulikuwa pado, wewe ndio ulikuwa Holy Joe kwa wote.
I wouldn't say as a Holy Joe. Mimi sikuwa Holy Joe for life.
So pia kwa hii peer pressure, pia wewe ndio ulikuwa unajaribu ku influence the other. The fact that you are an extrovert, ulikuwa kuna pale. So does it mean ulikuwa unajaribu ku like influence the other people? ama wewe ndio ulikuwa una kwa influence tu unaingizwa tukienda hivi wacha tuende hivi ulikuwa ni bendera unafuata upepo?
Nilianza tu most niki before I found my own voice and found my own footing. Of course nilijaribu ku hang with my fellow peers, try to be in the same squad, because at the end of the day, especially ukienda home, sema unatembea kufika stage from our sides, because hapa hill is literally up the hill. Sasa ni ukishuka hizo madays ama ukitaka kupata form during the holidays, si lazima upate my friends. So of course najifanya another influence, especially with music. So it's slowly by slowly, but I was definitely a bit more influenced.
And of course, what challenges sasa kwa the young people, like of course millennials na Gen Z, millennials and Gen Z, unajua millennials bado they somehow relate to the Gen Z, one with the other. What challenges pia unadhani wana face now through in Christian life ukiangalia hivi? What challenges, because personally to me it's sexual immorality. And of course one unadhani ni gani?
Yeah, and that one's definitely the top of the list, because we have summer tides, we have everything.
Mbona umetaja summer tides?
Summer tides. Ilipata its influence, especially with the OnlyFans models when you walikuja kuipromote from left, right, center. So that's definitely a thing. And I think kuna mtu alipost video fulani TikTok walikuwa sema ati wajamaa usiache millennials wakwambie kitu. Kuna time si tulienda Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
That's Las Vegas by the way.
Yeah, that's the famous rugby tournament. Na akasema watu walitoka hiyo tournament and all the chemists zilikuwa zimerun out of P2.
Oh, history of Sodom and Gomorrah.
So it's a thing, like ni phase like every generation I feel will go through, depending on what their Las Vegas will be. I think there's immorality, there's influence of
drugs.
Drugs is also a thing. Also, but it is a big problem also, because more often than not, people are not see vitu watu kufanya in the open. And ukifanya hapo chini ya maji, eventually, they say what you do in the dark always will come to the light.
Yeah, of course. So, it's actually written in the Bible, whatever you do, ina coming to light.
That's true.
And of course the other question is, let's even alone Christianity. Nowadays, people, they have some hidden battles. Do you think, sisi Gen Z, we have people to run to when you have problems? Ama nowadays, no one can come and check up to you, paka wakujin, like I come to you. Do you think it's possible?
I think it is. Yeah. But I believe in the power of using professional help as well.
Yeah.
Like therapists and stuff.
Yeah.
I think therapists especially are good basis to start, because they've learned about this, they've had the skill, they've had the training, and I think they are the best base of encouragement in your life, because they can really help you solve some of the problems in your life before. Because like sometimes, okay, you'll have friends, you'll have family, and maybe some of them have gone through it, but more often than not, therapists, I feel like they've seen these cases, right? They've understood it. It's like if you have if you break your leg, you go to the doctor. The doctor knows, okay, I've seen how your knee is looking, I've done this before, and as a cool sort. So I feel like with a therapist also, they can understand your problems more. And of course, finding your community in church as well to help you slowly come back to it. Yeah.
Okay, the reason I nashanga is because I have my own reasons why nashanga. Wait, do you mean therapists or like they can sit down or kongelesha do talk? Like let's say that's a problem. Nasikia kutaja lakini I'm trying to mention that problem, but I look explicit in front of the camera. That thing, let's say when I'm mad to my relationship, do you think wataongeleshwa di talk? Because according to me it's like ni vigumu sana. Do you think therapists wanaweza?
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, like I said, it's free will. Like everyone has free will. So like there was a point made about you can hear all the advice, you can hear all the talk, the conversation about it, but at the end of the day, it's the person's choice.
Okay.
And who people choose to love, it's really up to them.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, even if you feel like maybe that way is not right for you, for them they feel it's okay. For them it's how they want to live their life.
Yeah.
And something I learned earlier on from my father was, as long as it doesn't affect you, I feel like just let them be. Just let them be themselves. Let them deal with their own consequences. Like it's not your job to fix them or try to solve whatever you think is a problem for them.
Yeah.
I think for yourself and your peace of mind, allow people to live their life how they want to.
As long as since when I grow, I had this ukiwa mtoi, of course kiboko lazima itatembea, you will of course learn this is wrong. But of course when like utokapo teenage ufike maybe let's say 16 17 umesha koma, so anything can never stop you. Like hata upigwe aje. Yeah, actually it was the point.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I think as long as it's not something that is like a murderer or something, I think just free will, man. Just let people live.
It's a free will thing.
Yeah,
as
you can even tell them 10,000 times like, yo, don't do this. Put laws and everything. Jamata find their way.
They'll find the way.
They'll find the way. There's so many things that happen behind closed doors. So and you won't be there 24/7. So rather than putting yourself in that situation, you just do the best you can and
lakini bado kuna wase wanaongeleshwangwa, of course wanisikianga. And of course wanted to ask, in this current economy, ama nisifike tu hapo kwa sababu Subaru tanifuata.
Hey, by the way, inakuwa tricky kusema hizo vitu because they're always monitoring everything. So hata unaweza dhani tu unajua maybe some people will see this and nothing might happen, but there are people who are constantly watching, monitoring. Have you ever seen this film called Snowden?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's where the government was spying on all of their people.
Yeah,
exposed.
Fasihi ni kio cha jamii. Is it not right now happening? Kama Sivira mentioned, wacha ni mention, she's still alive. In this current economy, do you think young people are faring on well with this current
economy?
Yeah.
Nah, not really. I think with the youth, we've just reached a point where, and what I love about this generation of ours is that we speak up
and fight.
We speak up and we fight. Like back there was a time where people were told to be dormant. Like, shh, don't nani, don't step on the foot. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. You need to be quiet. You need to be dormant. Don't say yes, master. Yeah. But now I think tumefika a place where I think also because of the internet and the education, internet, we've seen people who the world of activists and all that. I think we've reached a space where there's no longer no misinformation.
Yeah.
There's more of empowering information now, and now you can stand up for your right. Now you understand things. There was a thing when the first protest happened.
Yeah.
Some influencers came together and explained the Constitution in their own language, on their own mother tongue, which was amazing.
I had Nilskan Aziad alikuwa moja wapo, and then I was like, by the way, really hard by the way, when I had Akina Aziad, of course King Kaka, because I mean inspired by the way. So unajua ndo alibangili song ya wajinga nini. Of course when I see these people, of course kuna ile you're like, so come this that unity. And of course pia millennials, they have that education of do not be, unajua sana generation ya wazazi wetu hao wamekuwa wazazi. And that's why anytime a person goes and confronts the bigger person of the wrong they're doing, they're like kuna kiburi kimeingia.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a story of another time. Yeah, that's a story of another time, but kwanza acha niongelesha audience. For anaambiangwa Gen Z na millennials, they are bad people. pia hiyo generation ingine wako na tu vituko tu za wezi kuambia yao sasa ndio hata ndio mbaya by the way. So anyway, tell us just as an influencer
you know,
unasikia vizuri kitu hivyo
because me in my head me wana influencer kwanga wale nini constant posting, constant day in the life, or doing my vlogs and creating all those videos. Me in my head, that's an influencer.
Yeah.
Me, I don't know, I post clips from my show. I do, one or two things within the industry of acting, but I feel like with influencers, they're very all-rounded.
Okay.
And shout out to them because they have to constantly keep up with ideas. I've worked with some of, especially with our social media person huko kwa Multan. Like, her process of getting and understanding what videos to post, understanding the timings, understanding what is the content that she wants to put out.
Yeah.
On the next level.
So, yeah. Now advise people about Christianity. Unaweza ambia about Christian life. Me personally tunaweza waambia God first, and especially to the Gen Z. Though what I like about Gen Z, what they fight, they don't give a damn. Anyway, them throwing stones. Of course, juzi tu nilisikia kuna this woman who came and told me nyi Gen Z hamuzizi kutengeneza pesa, kazi yenu ni kurusha mawe. But when you look at that woman's life, she's sijui niseme maskini aje, but she's having the guts of saying you cannot make money yet you are the one begging on the streets. Anyway, wacha nisikue mbaya tu sahi. I was to finish up, but I'm here talking about Christianity, yet I'm being brutal. Anyway, what will you tell people about the Christian life, the Gen Z now?
It's a community life.
Yeah.
It's an anchor for your life if you need something that will anchor you in life, because there's so much that goes on in life that you need an anchor, something to come back to, something to belong, because a lot of the times I feel like as the youth we reach a stage where we lose a sense of belonging, and then we sort of shun ourselves from society, and then we end up becoming very to yourself, and that also can influence like your mental health as well.
Okay.
Which is a serious issue for the youth, because sometimes your mental health does matter, and if you're not in a space where you can express yourself, you need a community, you need to find the place. So me, that's what I would say with Christianity. What I find with Christianity is that it's something that gives you a sense of belonging, a sense of community.
Yes.
Personally, yeah.
And of course, what lets me also advise Pia. Do nimalize. To each peer influence, whatever is yours is yours. You know, Juicy, I watched TikTok. I mean, people are scrolling TikTok, of course, right? I saw a story. There was this street kid, of course, anaishia kibeg, tafutanga 2 coins every time. And of course, he came up a very rich tycoon, mzae. Of course, the street kid told the mzae wish ningekuwa na hii. So of course, the old man, of course, tasema alimu advice, alimuuliza about his desires, akaongea. So of course, the old man took the street kid kwao. And of course, whatever the street kid saw was he actually appreciated. Ikitu inaitwa Illuminati, like you sacrifice someone to become rich. This guy sacrificed over how many people? 30 people. And finally got rich. So the old man told him, before you admire someone, jua alitoa wapi pesa. Juzi in church tuliambiwa to the youth, umeenda kwa nyumba wenyewe, wewe una fridge kwenu, kwa nyumba yenyewe kuna fridge. You come, you insist for a fridge, but what you don't know, pia ameiba na labda inatafuta hadi wasai. So that's what I can advise you. Kitchen uko nayo, and if you're admiring that thing, make sure it's coming from a legal source. It's a good time. It's a pleasure to meet with you, by the way.
Pleasure to be here.
Actually, I've been praying for this. Personally, nimeishi nikiomba. It has been one of the prayer requests. I remember that time uliambia iti na kuacha on hold. Pia ni fans, pia mtu anatafuta pesa. Of course, it's good having with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, guys, this has been an amazing opportunity. This young man is an amazing podcaster, and the future is looking bright for him. I have been your guest, Zander Adika. I also just wanted to say, if you do get an opportunity, please vote for me for the Afrima Award show. Let's take it home, guys. Thank you so much.